mediate because of my experience as a litigator. For 30 odd years, I was principally engaged in fighting cases in court. And it was a lesson that really has carried with me and informed everything I do now as a mediator. When the parties get into the process of instructing lawyers, the process of pleading their case, the process of appearing in court, they get completely subsumed in the process. They lose their power, they lose their autonomy, and decisions are taken on a sort of linear basis by their professional advisors. In their everyday life, in their business lives, they are negotiating all the time, taking decisions all the time, prioritizing all the time, and often they deal with much bigger disputes than the ones that they end up dealing with in court. My job as a mediator is to give them a day, a process, a few weeks in which they get that power back and they can take sensible decisions in the right atmosphere to try and resolve their disputes. Well, I'm going to try and avoid getting hung up on the question of how much I evaluate, because that's what people normally want to know. They want to put you on a scale between 0 and 25 as to whether you're highly evaluative or whether you're as weak as water. I'm going to dodge that one just for the moment and say that my style is built around atmosphere. I'm trying to create an atmosphere in which the parties can take calm, rational decisions, if possible on the basis that they respect each other and trust each other. That isn't always possible, I hasten to say. Once I've done that, once that process is ongoing, and it's a matter of listening to the parties carefully on my part and then trying to get the parties above all to listen to each other, then I've established a situation in which they can share the information which they really want. And the information they really want is, what is the exit price that you are prepared to live with for this piece of litigation or arbitration or this dispute, whatever it may be. That's the information they each need. Once they've got that, then if they can settle, they can settle. If they can't, they take an informed decision to go on and fight the case. I do risk assess with the parties. I do discuss with them whether a judge is going to react well or badly to a particular point. That's obviously a crucial component of the judgments that they are making, but it's not my job to arbitrate or adjudicate, so that as long as they have fully understood the consequences of the arguments they're running, and I've helped them as best I can with that, then I feel on the evaluation side, my job is done. When I talk about the ability of commercial people to reach their own deals, I have in mind one particular case in which one of the big oil companies was being sued by a relatively small oil trader of enormous wealth by ordinary standards, but in the context of the oil industry, a small oil trader. And they got to the point where the representative from the oil trader and the representative from the oil company were getting on pretty well, but they were getting stuck on the numbers. The oil trader wanted $4 million, the big oil company was only prepared to pay $3 million. Started getting a bit scratchy. And then the man from the big oil company said, look, I've got a suggestion. You've got a choice. You can pay me, I'll pay you $4 million, but I'll never see you again. Or I'll pay you $3 million and I'll let you buy me a beer. And the oil trader thought for about 10 seconds and then said, I'll buy you a beer. So the deal was done at $3 million. Very inventive, you may say an exercise of naked commercial power by the big oil major, who knew that the trader needed to keep his business, but nonetheless a nice, adroit piece of negotiation that got a deal.